If there's a way to let this building be, many stand here in line, Mr. Postman, so patiently to mail a package or just a letter. We use this post office so frequently. Mr. Postman, can you see something better in your bag for me? Why is it even on the line? Sending chills up and down my spine. So many days I ask you why. I see my tears as you privatize. Why don't you stop and make me feel better? I need a place to come and mail my letter. Mr. Postman, can you see something better in your bag for me? Why is it even on the line? Sending chills up and down my spine. You gotta wait a minute, oh yeah. Wait a minute, oh yeah, Mr. Postman. Oh yeah, check it and see one more time for me. You gotta wait a minute, oh yeah. Wait a minute, oh yeah, Mr. Postman. Oh yeah, deliver the letter, the sooner the better, Mr. Postman.
All right. We're here at the Berkeley Post Office.
Our post office, it shall not be moved. Our post office, it shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. It shall not be moved. Built in 1914. Built in 1914, it shall not be moved. Built in 1914, it shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. It shall not be moved. The artwork is amazing. The artwork is amazing. It shall not be moved. The artwork is amazing. It shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. It shall not be moved. Richard Blum, what have you done? Richard Blum, what have you done? It shall not be moved. Richard Blum, what have you done? It shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. It shall not be moved. No to privatization. No to privatization. It shall not be moved. No to privatization. It shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. It shall not be moved. No to union busting. No to union busting. It shall not be moved. No to union busting. It shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. It shall not be moved. Our post office. Our post office. It shall not be moved. Our post office. It shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. It shall not be moved. So is anybody going to speak, or are we just waiting for...
I think we're waiting for Dave.
Okay.
We're waiting the arrival of David Rovics.
I'll do one more song, and then Dave can do some more. This is a sing-along. It has an easy chorus. 3 times you say, in a world gone mad. So you go, in a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, I'm glad. I'm glad that there are people like you. And you is us. So easy to sing. So, And the important thing about this is, for every 4 lines of things that are wrong with the world, there are 8 lines of things that are right. In a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, I'm glad that there are people like you. In a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, I'm glad that there are people like you. There is global warming, mass pollution, governmental prostitution, defilement of our Constitution, soul and body destitution. But there are those who will aid anyone who undo ills that have been done, who make the time for helping one-on-one, who can change the world and still have fun, who feel empathy is an attribution, and love should be shared without dilution. Those who make a contribution and are not the problem but the solution. In a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, I'm glad that there are people like you. In a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, I'm glad that there are people like you. There are homophobics and racism, unjust laws and crowded prisons, fundamentalist religions, selfishness and egotism. But there's the humble genius, the honest seeker, the ones who cheer you when life gets bleaker, the demonstrator, the peacekeeper, the optimist and the thought leaper. And there are those who will share anything, whose winters look a lot like spring, who take the needy beneath their wing, and those who sit with friends and sing. In a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, in a world gone mad, I'm glad that there are people like you. Oh, 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 in a world, oh, world gone mad, whoa, oh, oh, world gone mad, whoa, in a world gone mad, I'm glad that there are people like you. Thank you. Well, David Rovik should be here any time. In the meantime, I'm going to have...
Hello.
Dave Welsh.
Red.
Welsh, whatever you call yourself.
Red.
Okay, I'm going to unplug. I'm in channel 2.
You can leave it on there.
Okay.
Just leave it in there, so when he comes, he can come right in.
Well, he's going to need my...
Yep.
Let's see.
That's your Dallas Terrible.
I'll see.
That's fine.
Because Einstein. Hey, Brad, you know Einstein?
Well, now we're waiting for Brother Rovics to come. But we've had many concerts on the steps of this post office. And we've had many concerts, and we had a 33-day occupation in the August of 2013. And then first they came for the homeless, which is the name of a group, name of an organization. I don't know, a movement, something. They started an occupation up here at the Staples store on Shattuck and Durant. And they did that 24/7 for 4 months. Can you imagine that? But now that the sale of this post office is once again threatened, the brothers and sisters from the Staples store moved to the site of their original occupation here. And how long have we been here? How long have you been here?
A week, Dave.
1 week.
No. More than that.
More than a week.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So we're closing in on the record set last August. So these are people determined to keep this post office as a public service. Not only because it's beautiful in the center of this town, and because you can go in, as Brother Brian says, write a letter and mail it, right? That's what Brian sets up a table here, and he'll give you the paper and the pen and the stamp to write the letter, and he'll point you out where you can go and put it right in the post office, put it right in the mail stream. And you know, they're closing 84 post offices. They're planning mail processing plants, which is going to, that's what the Postmaster General said he was going to do. And now he's just been removed. He's probably headed for a job as chairman of the board of Pitney Bowes or Federal Express or something. That's probably his next stop. But something. And so he's gone, but the policies still call for these 84 mail processing plants to be closed down, which is going to just create havoc with the mail. You know, a couple of years ago, they took the mail processing plant in Frederick, Maryland, and they said, oh, we don't need 2 mail processing plants in Maryland. We're going to move the one in Frederick, and we're going to consolidate it with the one in Baltimore. Well, the media exposed this huge tractor-trailer truck parked somewhere in Maryland, filled with first-class mail postmarks 2 weeks earlier. It was just sitting there in this tractor-trailer truck. So this is the kind of havoc that happens to our mail when these privatizers get their hands on it. So that's why this is very important. Also, this is our public space, this is our public commons. And we have to hold on to every single bit of it. Do we need another mall in Berkeley? Do we need another upscale restaurant in Berkeley? No. No, I don't think so. You know, the zoning ordinance which passed in Berkeley, it passed, and it's now the law of the land in Berkeley, says that there could be a public theater here. There's lots of public uses that this could be put to. It could be a public theater instead of having to pay $35 or $50 or $61, which the Berkeley Rep is charging for a play about the Black Panther Party and the Young Lords. They're charging $61 a ticket. So, I mean, I'm telling you, instead of that, why don't we have a public theater where people can come and pay 50 cents and see a play, see live theater? Why don't we have that? Yeah. And if they close down these post offices, the stamps are going to go up. That's their whole plan. That's their whole plan. So, let's see. Mr. Rovics.
I'm just calling him now to try to find out what's going
Where you're fresh out of school, you're looking for some work, it's McDonald's time. You're 30 years on the job, guess you were placed on the unemployment line. Where you work like a dog, pay out your bills, what's left not one cent dime. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? People of the world, come on, let's come together. Working people of the world, come on, let's come together. We got nothing to lose but our chains. Nothing to lose but our chains. We got nothing to lose but our chains. The word to be. The police beat Rodney King for the whole world. They walk out free. the system still has people got to be free. Sister, lend me a hand. Brother, where do you stand? With the people or with our man? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? People of the world, come on. Come working people, let's come together. We got nothing to lose but our chains. Nothing to lose but our chains. Nothing to lose but our chains. The world to win. At the neighborhood school, too many kids never learn to read. People losing their homes and doing the dirty deeds. Old man sleeping on the cold street, took his dream, his gone to sleep. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? People of the world, come on, let's come together. Working people, let's come together. We got nothing to lose but our chains. Nothing to lose but our chains. We got nothing to lose but our chains and a world to win. Nothing to lose but our chains. World to win.
All right, Dave. Red Welsh there, folks. We're waiting for David Rovich to show up. He's running a little bit late, but he should arrive here in just a little bit.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
That's JP Master speaking. Let's see if I can grab a chair. I'm gonna grab this chair. I'll bring it back.
Post office assembly.
Wireless.
Figured out and
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
he's on his way here as I speak, and we're holding the parking spot for him over there. So hopefully he will be here in a couple minutes. Thank you.
I'm not sure how far this is going to reach.
All right, you know I got a seat. Makes it a little easier for me.
Okay.
Here you go.
I was just approached by a person with a petition to sign against fee raises at UC and other colleges. Could that person come forward and start passing around the petition?
Oh, she's right there.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Actually, why don't you go over by the table, and then people will know. Okay, what's your name again?
Jeanette.
Okay, Jeanette is going to go over by the table there with the petition to stop the fee raises at UC. So please follow her over there and sign the petition.
So we're awaiting the arrival of David Rovix, Revolutionary Troubadour.
Yeah, one more song, how we're going to heal the college on here.
So he should be here any minute. Probably stuck in traffic or something. Who knows?
See, that's louder than Dave's probably not going to use it. He has a guitar?
No, it's my guitar.
Oh.
Dave,
Does he have a guitar? No, I mean other Dave. He has a
David,
guitar.
no, he'll have his guitar.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll figure, no, I already balanced it out for guitar and for bass.
How about class 4? Yeah? Why not? No? It's up to you.
Is organ too loud? When I open up my eyes and ears and walk about, a lot of things I see and hear that ain't much talked about. Seems there's a lot of people hurting and they keep it quiet or hide it from themselves and just can't see. Oh, there's a class war going on in America. It's a war on the workers and the poor across this land. They want to drive every one of us into the poorhouse. What's it for? So they can pay us a pittance at the factory, pay us in potatoes on the farm, so they can pay us in pennies at the jailhouse. If you're working for a living, if you're poor, you're living the class war. Now if you can't find a job, they have a plan for you to join the army or police, cracking heads in the streets of this land, or bombing the hell out of some poor country thousands of miles from the shore. What's it for? So they can make a killing on investments, puff up their profits from trade, so they can multiply their winnings on Wall Street. If you're a cop or a soldier being used in the class war, if you're a soldier for a living, you're just a pawn in the class war. Oh, there's a class war going on in America. It's a war on the elders and the young across this land. They want to tear up and shred every promise they made to the people. What's it for? So they can seize your hard-earned pension, your social security, and leave the young generation on the breadline. If you sit there and take it, will you take a stand with your brothers and your sisters? Take a stand in the class war. There's a class war going on in America. There's a class war going on in America. Are you working for a living? Are you poor? Yes, I am. You sick of them slamming the door in my face? Is it making you really pissed? I'm pissed at the greedy capitalist, the bad capitalist, automate raising your fist.
I'm tired of it.
And take a side in the class war. The sun is rising on the class war. Be a soldier in the class war, 'cause it's a class war. And now, David Bowie.
Oh, wait.
All right, so David Robics has arrived.
So I don't know if my system is as good as yours. Is yours Holly or all the way around?
Why don't you just set up?
So we found him.
Testes, 1, 2, 3.
And as soon as he figures out how to plug in his guitar to all this equipment here, we'll get going. As most of you know, Dave Robics is a indie folk singer. He's traveled all around the world playing his revolutionary music. except that a year or two ago they wouldn't let him into New Zealand. And other than that, I guess here's Dave.
Hey, very good, Dave.
He's plugged in tonight. Watch out for
Sounds great. That's a great little busking kind of protest sound system here, Allie. That's lovely. Huh? I need one. I'm planning on running for president in 2 years. I'll travel around and sing outside of primaries and stuff like that. And maybe I'll get one of these. And I have a crate. Oh, that's about the same kind of thing, but this is louder, I think. I went to play at the playground to do things I like so much. Run with my friends, play make-believe, swing on the swings and such. But this morning I went to the playground and bullies were guarding the swings. They knocked over the slide, dumped out the sandbox, took away all of our things. This playground is run by bullies, and they're all so big and mean. But this playground was made for all of us, and we're gonna change this scene. Well, all of us were scared of the bullies. They were so big and we were so small. Till somebody said if we organized, we could be 10 feet tall. We stood on each other's shoulders, put blankets over our heads. We looked like monsters and we roared like lions, and those bullies ran home and hid under their beds. This playground was run by bullies, and they're all so big and mean. But this playground was made for all of us, and we're gonna change this scene. Well, we got that playground back, but then we looked across the street, saw the sewage plant belching out smoke, poisoning the ground under our feet. It's giving us all asthma, and the hour is getting late. So we marched across the way, and we blocked that factory gate. 'Cause this world is run by bullies, and they're all so big and mean. But this world was made for all of us, and we're gonna change this scene. This world is run by bullies, and they're all so big and mean. But this world was made for all of us, and we're gonna change this scene. Well, I thought it was interesting that after the most recent elections, one of the first things that was it Boehner, the Senator Boehner, was asked by a journalist, can you work with the current administration on anything? And Boehner looked all skeptical and but said, well, there was one thing that he could work with the current administration on, which was free trade bills, and which pretty much covers most of what government does, actually. So that's nice. There's bipartisan agreement that capitalism should be expanded even further. I turned on my TV. The wit was hard to see. These men who would be head of state What a great country from sea to shining sea. We watch the Republicans debate. Newt stood with his third wife and said, "You bet your life the president is a red. He wants to tax the rich a lot, take your limo and your yacht. He wants to have the bankers' heads. And if he gets in again, he'll paint the White House pink and then he'll hire Chavez as his VP. Then we'll be right on track to give capitalism the sack, along with the insurance industry. If only it were true, if only it were true, I'd be so happy, wouldn't you? If only it were true, if only it were true, if only it were true. He'll give everyone food stamps and wheelchair ramps. He'll subsidize windmills and maple syrup. He'll cripple industries with eco-friendly policies, and pretty soon we will be just like Europe. He'll shut down oil wells, give out solar cells to every home in Delaware and Illinois. He'll ban logging in the parks. He'll send the works of Karl Marx to the homes of every American girl and boy. He'll abolish pesticides. He'll be giving out free rides and free lunches too in his high-speed trains. He'll start lots of public works full of union perks. He'll fill all the cities up with bicycle lanes. If only it were true, if only it were true, I'd be so happy, wouldn't you? If only it were true, if only it were true, if only it were true. Watch out, his critics tell, this shall be our death knell. He'll pull the troops out and end all of our wars. He'll cut military spending, our empire will be ending, and soon we'll be invaded by the Moors. He'll legalize all drugs, give away beer mugs and hookahs to every child, and Korans. He'll ban religions from the schools, give 40 acres and a mule to every person who makes less than 50 grand. He'll close Guantanamo to torture, he'll say no. He'll make us all drive electric cars. He'll reinstate the fairness doctrine, take off that damn flag pin, and he'll put Rupert Murdoch behind bars. If only it were true, if only it were true, I'd be so happy, wouldn't you? If only it were true, if only it were true, if only it were true. If only it were true, if only it were true, I'd be so happy, wouldn't you? If only it were true, if only it were true, if only it were true. Maybe I'll do one more. I think there's a plethora of musicians nearby. You plethораted already? Oh, sure. That's a good idea. Even though it doesn't mention post offices. But neither do the last two songs, so this one comes closer. First you told us only, through you could we know God, and if we dared to question, He wouldn't spare the rod. For you we worked the soil, for you we dug the moors, for you we shed our blood, fought so many pointless wars. And now you're trying to tell us there's nothing we can do. You say the world around us belongs fairly to the few, but about 8 billion people no doubt will agree this world is our home, not your property, it's the commons, our right of birth. And you who would enclose the land all around the earth, our future is your downfall when we cut this ball and chain. You who sacrifice the public good for your private gain. With our sweat we built the railroads, built cities and these because you own the money. You say that it's all yours. We laid the phone lines and the pipeline lines, and then right here before our eyes, you see these things are taxes paid for. You now will privatize. Privatize the hospitals, privatize the schools, privatize the prisons for all those who break your rules, and preparing for the day when all the wells run dry. You say you own the very rain that falls down from the sky, but it's the commons, our right of birth. And you who own the water all around the earth, our future is your downfall when we cut this ball and chain. You who'd sacrifice the public good for your private gain. You claim to own the harvest with your Terminator seeds. You claim to own the genomes of every animal that breeds. You claim to own our culture and the music that we play. And with each song that we download to your coffers we must pay. You even own my name, and you say it's for the best. If our songs can, my place on the radio, if our songs can pass the test, you own country, you own western, you say you've given us a choice. You may own the airwaves, but you'll never own my voice. It's the commons, our right of birth. And you who'd own the music all around the earth, our future is your downfall when we cut this ball and chain. You who'd sacrifice the public good for your private gain. It's the commons, our right of birth. And you who would own everything all around the earth, our future is your downfall when we cut this ball and chain. You who'd sacrifice the public good for your private gain. I think I'll do one more before my meter expires, and then I'll go to harass Dennis Bernstein. And, every time I come to Berkeley, I show up there. I've noticed that there's no point in emailing him beforehand because he never answers emails. But if I show up, and it's better that way anyway. First, you have to have a problem. That part isn't hard. The second step is everybody realizing they're like you. They're holding the same card. Step 3 is finding there's a tactic when everyone believes it could be true. That if all the people work collectively, there just might be something we can do, and everything can change. So quick. Businessmen, congressmen, TV sets will try hard to make sure it isn't so. You don't have a problem. And if you do, it's not the same problem. And if it is, well, there's just nowhere you can go. But it's happened many times. The history is rich, though we easily forget how a meme can take hold and grab you, how it can spread out like a net, and everything can change so quick. They'll say we are lost, or we're dreaming, or they'll make a dream for us. They'll try to come up with a good story about why we belong at the back of the bus, about why we belong in this position, about how we don't know what we meant, about how there most certainly isn't any such thing as the 99%, but everything can change so quick. Everything can change so quick. Playing where? Oh, at Art House. That was last night. I am doing a house concert in North Berkeley at 7 o'clock tonight, if anybody wants to come. Open to the public. I'll give you my card and you can get the info and stuff. But, yeah. Thank you.
All right, here we have it, David Rovics, live at the Berkeley Post Office. Everybody have a great evening. And this is your free live streamer. I'll be back tomorrow at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. So you can tune in tomorrow, and we'll be at the Army Corps of Engineers.